Hello and welcome back to another video on Serious About Salvage. Another exciting day. We're going to be back on the C63, which we now know runs and runs good. I love this car. So excited, you know, and I just want to get on with it. I want to get it on the floor, and I'm going to get running. I want to get it on the road. Oh, I can't wait, honestly. So today, really, this video is going to be about just finding out the extent of the damage on this car. We've done the major thing, which was to get it to run. I'm happy now. I've started ordering bits and pieces, and yeah, I want to get this front end ripped off. I want to get the wheels off. Critical part is to look at the suspension damage and get ordered what we need for the suspension, and yeah, get this front end tear down and find out what can be saved, can anything be saved, exactly what we need, and get ordering stuff for this car. There is stuff available. Yes, some is very expensive. Some people are chancing it with the AMG tax, as we say. But also, if you look around and search around, you can find stuff for okay money. So yeah, I don't think this will be as bad or as expensive to repair as I actually originally thought it would be. It's not going to be cheap, that is for sure, but at one point I will get around to telling you what I paid for this car. And now I know it runs, it was a no-brainer. Let's spin round. I will talk about what we're going to do. So it's pretty much exactly how we left it in the last video. Other than I've tidied up and put a load of sand down where I spilled literally almost 6 litres of oil. It spat out of that oil cooler. The bridge is still in. Like I said, I'm not happy to run it because it's only held on with Jubilee clips. And the last thing we want to happen is for that pipe to pop off again, just because it makes an absolute horrendous mess, basically. So yeah, I don't know if we'll get around to running it in this video. I don't think we will do, in all fairness. No need to now. I've run it again since, just briefly. The engine sounds great. I'm not concerned at all there. So yeah, this front end, I do believe there is going to be quite a few bits we can save from here. Obviously all the bumper bits are gone and done with. This is the remainder of the bumper, all in this corner. I need to pull it out really, and there's only really a couple of salvageable bits. This is the trim that goes right on the bottom of the bumper. Now there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, it's marked up, it wants rubbing down and painting, but it all front end will be getting painted. We can salvage that, and that is going to be the passenger side. Can I grab it? Can I get it out? Let's pull it out. This is going to be the passenger side. And oh no, I was wrong. I thought this lower grille had survived, but it hasn't. It's got a crack there. Oh well. So yeah, centre grille's damaged. Top's gone off it. That would be the middle grille. I very much doubt that splash guard. Yeah, so literally there's nothing really except for that I can salvage. That's all scrap. Obviously I need to put airbox back in. Not airbox, but the ducting for the fan. ECU mounting plate, but that can't go in until I've replaced the pyro fuse, because that's all going to come back out again yet. So that's for another day. So on the front here, there is going to be some salvageable bits. This wiring loom is all the parking sensors. So it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 parking sensors. There'll be 2 in that mess, but I think they're broken. But where they're broken, they've actually not broken the wire. That's just the end of the actual sensor. There, and there's one at that end. So all this harness is good. The only thing we're going to have to do is it's pulled all the cabling out the plug, and that's all there. So that'll need rewiring back up, which isn't an issue. So that's good, we've got that. Was this bottom trim? Not sure. Now, I'm not too worried about bumper bits because I've spotted a bumper I think I'm going to order shortly, and it's got all the brackings in the back of it, and it's even got this centre grille. I'm just going to have to find both sides. That will take over. That'll take the bumper situation out of it. In terms of radiators, again, I think this bottom oil cooler is good. Looking underneath it, the aircon the aircon's good. One of these is power steering and one of these is gearbox. They're both good. It's just the radiator. This bottom corner radiator just took a little bit of a chunk out of it, so we just need a radiator. The front panel, it's a bit let's this set come off there. Yes, that's got a chunk missing out of it. I mean, the front panels looks like it's done with, to be fair with you. I think if anything, that top piece, maybe that piece, the side piece there, I'm not sure exactly. I mean, that's all right, exactly how they go together. They're like loads of separate pieces of steel screwed together, so we need to get that off really. The crash bar, yes, done. The extensions, they look perfectly fine to me. I will look at them when they're off, if we need to take them off. And then it's whatever we find behind. There's going to be a lot of miscellaneous stuff. This is going to be the washer jet, so that's gone. That's a motor arm for inside the headlight. The pump motor, probably washer bottle. I don't know what this is right now. Did it just go straight together? What went in that? What is that? The back lines, obviously. So I need to figure that out. But yeah, really, just get it all apart and have a look what's behind. The fan housing looks fine, it all spins free. So yeah, I think what I want to do first, we'll whip these wheels off, weigh up the suspension situation, and then we're going to hit this front end and get it all off. Have a look what's going on back there. And hopefully it's not too serious really, and we can piece it all back together. So yeah, let's get these wheels off and get some work done. Right, there we go. That is incredible, isn't it? It's destroyed that. I'll tell you what, that's a memento. That's going on the wall. Yeah, that's going on the wall, that. So it's safe to say that wheel is knackered, isn't it? It's safe to say this wheel is also knackered. So I've jumped there. The other two, now obviously I would not run these on the road for 1 second. A bit of wood and a hammer, you probably get that back round. There's a bit there as well. Now obviously they'd need to go on a balancing machine because they're probably buckled. But perhaps someone would use it as a track day wheel. I mean, I wouldn't, that's for sure. But you never know. This one, it's all right on the outside. It's just there. So again, a bit of wood and a hammer. Again, yeah, it's probably buckled. Or, I mean, 100% they're buckled. But there's two wheels there. I mean, is it one front, one back? I think it is, isn't it? Is that what's front? Oh no, are they both rears? It's both the rears. Because they're slightly wider, aren't they, in the back? It's 9J instead of 8J, I think. But yeah, so basically, yeah, two wheels someone would probably make some use out of on a track day, or even drift wheels, I don't know, whatever. They're no good to me. I'll just probably be weighing them all in. Right, driver's front. This one, I'm going to say, is in the right place right now. Although this arm, as I mentioned before, has got some signs of movement. So the nut's not quite sat flush. I'm going to say that ball joint is bent in there. I am. So this is all minimum stuff just to get it on the floor moving. Bear that in mind. So we need this control arm for the driver's front. Passenger front, we need this control arm because it's completely separated from the ball joint. And we need inner tie rod. Yeah, the rest again is all still connected, all looks straight. You tend to find with aluminium arms, they don't bend, they just snap. So that one looks fine. Again, like I said, this is all just temporary. What's that up there? Can't quite reach it. I don't know. This is all just minimal stuff to start with to get it on the floor and moving, because I say it many times, I can't have cars just sat on my ramp for weeks. I really need this ramp. Quite often I lift cars off my trailer with it if they don't run and drive. So, and obviously to do other work I need to use the ramp on the other cars, so it's critical we get this thing on the floor and moving as a minimum. So yeah, same control arm this side, inner tie rod onto the rear. On this side, the wheel hadn't moved on this side. Everything looks like it's still, excuse me, in place. Original, that's exactly what it was to start with. Let's get the torch now. And then onto the driver's rear, where the wheel was slightly cocked, and you can tell by just looking at the disc, it's just slightly facing out on the front. Top arms, on first glance they look fine. Look okay. It's when you get to the rear, you see that. Like I mentioned, it's just pushed the shocker straight through the lower arm. So in theory, that arm goes up, it pushes the bottom out, and it's going to cock that disc straight. So that will probably get us right on this corner. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Yeah, so it doesn't look like there's that much to replace to get it down and moving. Long term, like I said, I want to keep this, so what I probably will do is buy a complete arm kit for it, for front and back, and just do them all. Peace of mind, knowing that it's right, get them all swapped out, I think. But short term, yeah, that is going to be the plan. 2 front control arms, upper fronts, inner tie rod, and lower control arm for the driver's front. So it's not that bad. I didn't think it was going to be fair. And then that brings us around to the front end now, doesn't it? This is it now. We need to get this front end off. And I mean, I have worked on one. I worked on that black C-Class I had a while back at Coupe. Did we take, I don't think we took the front end off it though, did we? I don't think we did. No, so it's going to be a new experience, something I've not pulled apart before. So yeah, okay. Let's get all that off, and then I've got some more things to talk about because I'm going getting some parts now as well. So you're going to see some bits and pieces for the new bits for it today. So exciting times, let's carry on. Okay, there we go. Believe it or not, that's pretty much all we need to remove. Obviously I haven't messed around with this wing yet, I'm not concerned about that right now. It's about this front end. And just now, obviously now the front panel's off, look how straight them chassis legs are. They most definitely have not moved anywhere. They're perfect. Even the extensions there's no damage to. So we'll see when the new ones arrive, whether I'll swap them extensions over or not. But yeah, nothing. It's actually got away with it really well, the damage on this car, and it's not going to be all that difficult to repair. In terms of rad pack, the only one we need is the actual water radiator. Just ordered it, £150. It's the radiator that has the seatings, you see, that go into the bottom of the subframe, and that holds all the rad pack. So I'm just leaving the radiator in until the new one gets here, because if I remove the radiator, then we're going to have a flapping around 3 more rads there flapping, nothing to support them, and they're all perfect, no issues. In terms of the front oil cooler, all we need is this bracket. It's basically the same as this side, and to be fair we need this side as well. It's like this, it sits in the bottom of the radiator and clips in up there, but this one's the clip's broke at the top as well, so we need both side brackets for the front oil cooler. I found all the suspension stuff, that's on order. What else? Oil cooler, I might have mentioned it in another video, or earlier in this video. I'm fitting one that's pretty much identical from a G-Wagon, because it's a fraction of the price, and I'm going to make my own fan kit for the back of it, so it'll work just as good as the original, but I'm not paying £800 for a second-hand tiny little intercooler for this side. So that's the solution for there. I've got an headlight, got a bumper coming, I've got the front panel coming, I've got wheels, check out them. They were like a bronzy browny colour. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them that colour, but obviously they will do for now. See what it looks like on the car. Originally they would have been black with a polished lip, so they probably will go back to original at some point. They are genuine AMG wheels, and I just couldn't pass up on them. They've got good tyres, so 6mm tread tyres, all original size, 255 rears, 225 fronts, 19s, Michelin Pilot Sport 4s, obviously a full set, there's 2 there, and over here there's another 2, all perfect condition, and I got them for 600 quid. I could not argue with that, honestly, that was an incredible deal. Bonnet, obviously it's going to need paint, the bumper needs paint anyway. Bonnet, 700. Again, for an original, genuine aluminium bonnet, 700 quid is a good price. Parts are not cheap on this car, but we've saved loads on the intercooler. Front panel, got for a good price. Radiator's fine. Headlight, what was it? It's going to turn out to be about 300 quid. I'm going to explain about that when it comes, but I need to find the other headlight yet. But yeah, we're rocking with these parts, honestly. It's not been hard. The only thing really I'm struggling with is this wing. There is 2 available, they're both £600 for a wing. I mean, if it comes to the crunch, there is an immaculate one in this colour for £650, but the fact that we need paint, I mean, it seems a bit of a waste, but I might, annoyingly, there's 2 for this side for like 300, which is fine, I'd pay that. So I might just have to sit on that for another few days, hope something crops up. But I mean, all the interior is not an issue, all that's readily available. I'm not concentrating on that right now until it's on the floor and moving. Wing mirrors again, readily available, they're no issues. That one needs replacing. This one as well, doesn't it? Yeah, this one's done as well. But again, they're not hard to get them. It's actually going to be okay. It's going to be a quite decent, quite quick fix by the looks of it. So I'm massively excited, obviously. Hopefully, in the next video, we will get it on its suspension done. maybe oil cooler and radiator, and then we can run it and we can leave it running and we can move it. How exciting is that going to be? That's going to be very exciting for me anyway. You lot think I'm a right weirdo probably. How excited I'm getting about a car. Oh yeah, I love it. I love it. Right, well that is literally where I wanted to get to for this video. So yeah, as always, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you're enjoying this C63 series. It's gonna be a perler, isn't it? It's gonna be a perler. I do need to figure out why that gear shifter is not pushing in that cable to release the key properly. So obviously that needs to be put back to how it originally would have been. And yeah, we're going to have bits of body work that needs attention. Get the dent man out, get the dent man out, see what he can do with that. There's no paint damage. You can get to the back of it. And then there's a couple of marks on the other side, isn't there, I think? Yeah, there's that bit there. A tiny dent there as well. But yeah, great progress in a short amount of time. I thought I was really going to struggle with parts, but it's turned out not to be all that bad after all, so good stuff. Yeah. So there you go. Thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying. Really appreciate the support. Thumbs up for the video and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.